Welcome students, it's Nazia Begum here, your physics lecturer. Today we are going to start chapter 2, that is force and Newton's law of motion. So students, here you can see some diagrams. Here in first one, a person is pushing a car. When he pushed the car, what happened? The car will start moving. Okay, here what process is going on? Pushing, and there is motion. In second one you can see a person is pulling a cart. Okay, so here which process is going on? Pulling. And by pulling also what will be there? Motion. Okay, similarly here in third diagram you can see a person is pulling a drawer out. When you have to open a door or open a drawer, or you have to open cap of your pen or something else, what you do? You simply pull the object. When you have to close something, what you do? You simply push the object. Okay, by pulling and pushing you can change its state. You can make the object in motion. Okay, so we can say that force is something which makes the object move. Okay, so here you see the first point. A force can be a push, pull, stretch, squeeze, hit, etc. Okay, so force is not only push or pull, it can be stretch also. Suppose you are having one elastic band, you are stretching it, so its shape will change. Suppose you are having a thermocol ball or a sponge ball, if you squeeze that, its shape also change. Okay, suppose you are having a nail and you hit a hammer on that, the nail penetrate the wall and go inside. That also will come in motion. So in these three things also, stretch, squeeze and hit, what we notice? That there is some kind of change in the object's state. Okay. Second, push or pull may make a body move. Be careful student, here what is written? May. It is not written that push or pull make a body move. What is written? Push or pull may make a body move. Why may is there? Because there is possibility that the body will move, and there is also some possibility that body will not move. Suppose you are pushing a car, you can move that. If you are pulling a cart, you can move that. But if you are pulling a wall, can you move the wall? No, you cannot move the wall. Okay, similarly, if very heavy object is there which you are pushing and pulling but you are not able to move that, does it mean you are not applying force? No, you are applying force but there is no motion in that. So my dear students, I just want to tell you that force always does not change the state of motion of the object. You cannot observe some change because of force in the object. Like in case of pushing a wall, the wall will not move. You have applied force, but there is no work done. Okay? Similarly, many other examples are there in which you apply force, but there will be no change. Like if you are having a steel ball, if you squeeze that, there will be no change in its shape. Okay, so there also you are applying force but work is not done. So that means we can say a push or pull may make a body move, and also it may not make a body move. Okay, then third point, stretching and squeezing change the shape of a body, that we have already discussed. Then pushing makes the load move forward. Okay, when you push something, you are applying force opposite to yourself. So the thing will go forward. When you are pulling something, you are applying force towards your side. So the object will follow you, it will come after you. Okay? So from all these 4 points and whatever I have explained to you, now you are very clear that what is force. So once again, I am telling you the definition of force. A force is an agency of push or pull or stretch or squeeze which changes or try to changes the state of motion or the state of rest or the shape or size of an object. Okay, be very clear students that in the definition of force you have to use the word tries also. Okay, once again listen it carefully. A force is a pull or push which changes or try to changes the state of motion or shape or size of the object. Some more example of force is here in front of you. See the 6th point, squeezing changes the shape of a bottle. 7th point, a ball moving up when kicked falls back to the ground. Okay? So here in 7th one, a ball moving up when kicked. So when we have kicked, the ball move up, but it falls back to the ground. Why is it falling back to the ground? Yes, you are thinking right, it is because of gravitational force. So that is also force, and it pull the ball towards itself. Okay, earth is applying gravitational force and pulling or attracting the objects towards itself, and that's why the ball come back to the ground. Then 8th point, motion of a ball thrown in the air can be stopped by hands. So here when we throw the ball we have applied force, and also when the ball is in motion after throwing, we can by applying force stop that ball. Okay. 9th one, mechanical force, or also we can call it as contact force. This force acts when the objects are in contact with each other. Okay, so how you can understand this one? Students, here in case of pushing the car, the man has to touch the car. In pulling also, the man has to touch the rope, and rope is touching the carts. So indirectly, the man is touching the cart. Okay, so whenever we are applying some kind of force, some kind of muscular force means the force which we apply by using our muscles. So when we apply that kind of force, we have to touch the body. When we have to touch the body to apply the force, that force is called contact force. When we don't have to touch the body for applying force, that is called non-contact force. Example, magnetic force, gravitational force, etc. In gravitational force, it is not necessary that the object should touch the ground. Okay, if the object is in air, then also earth is applying gravitational force on that. Okay, similarly, if one magnet is there and near that magnet if we put one coin, magnet can apply the force on coin. It is not necessary that coin should touch the magnet. Okay, without touching also magnet can apply force on that. So that type of force is called non-contact force. Okay, so here we have discussed about force, contact force and non-contact force. Further topic we will discuss in the second part of this lecture.